What to do when your grandma comes to visit Charleston? Spend a day like a tourist. My grandma is one of the spunkiest 83-year-olds you'll ever meet, and on this visit, I decided to document our adventures. We started with the iconic carriage ride. I would like to thank Palmetto Carriage Works and our tour guide Samantha for a fabulous tour. After the ride, we shopped at City Market.
Oh, cats. Oh, that is really cute. That's so you. That's so not me. Now these are beautiful.
Oh my God, I want to go to like a masquerade party.
That is so you. Honest to God, that is you. It looks really good.
You do the blue.
I would do the blue.
Should I get a picture?
Take a picture.
Okay, here.
As long as I'm not being seen. Of the two of us. Come on, get the two of us in here.
These are actually really good gifts for like my dad and everything too.
What do you think?
I don't know. 4, 6. Like this? Or do you straw?
I don't know about straw.
Wait, $18. Should I get it?
Yes.
Wait, actually, I don't know if I'm gonna wear it.
Do they have a mirror that you can see what it looks like on you?
Can you get one too if I get one?
No.
Why?
What if I wear it to that thing we're going to? And then what would I do with it?
Just give it to. Oh my God! Come on, that would be.
I don't really look good in hats.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
We'll both be crazy.
All right, now where?
You like that?
Then we grabbed lunch at the Brown Dog Deli.
Yeah, I got it. A cheesesteak. That's not like me at
I
all.
want to see what that's like.
We're here with Joan Moylan, my grandma, who I live with, used to live with. How many summers did I live with before?
I have no idea. It went by so fast.
I know. And I always have it with me. I have my necklace.
Let pigs fly.
I know, you always say that.
And took a walk along the water.
Wait, do that again.
She's jumping in. She's jumping in. Don't fall off the wall.
Woohoo! Joan takes Charleston. What should be the ending thing?
I wish I could do that like you. What is it? Okay.
Should we pretend like a closing? Thanks for watching Loving Living Local with Joan
And Libby.
and Libby. Cool. Hi, we're here today at Folly Beach with Warrior Surf Foundation's Executive Director, Stephanie. Stephanie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. This is beautiful. Great day.
It's pretty nice weather.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about Warrior Surf Foundation.
So Warrior Surf is a 501c3 nonprofit that provides adaptive surf therapy for veterans and their families. And a lot of people are like, what is that? And it's more than just slinging veterans in waves and hoping they don't nosedive. Our program is free. It's 12 weeks, and during that 12 weeks, veterans get to participate in 10 private surf sessions. They participate in 8 wellness coaching sessions where we do a lot of psychoeducation, positive psychology, and resiliency focused material. And then they have to do 3 group yoga sessions and a yoga one-on-one.
Wow. So there's a lot that goes into
Yeah.
this program. And you said it starts the Saturday, beginning each month, right?
From March through September, every first Saturday of the month, we start a new group of 10 to 15 participants.
And what's your connection?
So I found out about Warrior Surf in 2017. My husband's a combat veteran. He was trying a lot of different things to cope with some of the stuff he was dealing with, anxiety, depression, transition issues. And a psychologist at the VA was like, hey, you should check out this surf program. He wasn't really super into the idea, and I drug him out here. At first he hated it, but it was a challenge for him, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna try to figure this out. And over time, it really just kind of like unfolded, really just changed his life. He got these coping skills that he didn't have before and wasn't getting from other places. And they really couldn't get rid of me. So I looked at the founder, Andy Manzi, who's a Marine combat veteran. I was like, let me help you. I'm a nerd. Yeah. You know, you've got paper on the beach. I think I can facilitate. They couldn't get rid of me. So here we are today.
You're here. For veterans, what is it about the Warrior Surf Foundation that helps them make that transition and be in the moment?
I think it's a couple of different layers. So one is community and connection. Veterans tend to isolate when they're dealing with hard things. They feel like people don't understand the stuff that they're going through. So having a community of like-minded people that understand them, and even beyond just fellow veterans, but the wider community of people, it helps to build trust and safety. And then we have wellness coaching, which I mentioned earlier, that has this positive psychology and resiliency piece to it. We don't want to erase their experiences. In fact, we know that we can't do that. And so it's we're teaching them how to integrate those experiences into their present day. And one of the big things with surf is you have to be super present. If you're not present, you'll get wrecked and tumbled and you'll eat it. And we'll laugh at you because we've all been there. And they learn this process of presence, really difficult for a lot of veterans. A lot of them will time travel back into a past that no longer exists, or fortune tell a future that's not real. And so as they learn to be present on the board, they learn how to take that to the other places in their life as well. So, okay, I was really angry when I missed this wave or didn't learn this skill the way I thought I did. How do I now, I've gotten back on my board, I've given it another go, I didn't let my anger get the best of me. How do I translate that into my everyday life?
And with this program, how many veterans have you helped?
So we have over 700 veterans who've gone through our program since 2015.
Wow, that's incredible. And for people watching at home, if they have loved ones or them themselves are struggling, making that transition, how can they sign up?
Yeah, it's super easy. So they can go to our website, warriorsurf.org, and they can hit apply, and our wellness director will reach out to them and get them plugged in.
That's amazing. And for people, like I'm trying it out today for the first time, for people who it's their first time, what advice do you have about getting, I'm a little nervous anyway.
Yeah, well, first of all, lean into that. Don't try to stuff it down. It's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be afraid. Every single person's been afraid of something at some point in their life. Just show up anyway. When you don't want to, when you're not sure, show up, because it's that opportunity of showing up that gets us down here to the place where we want to be, and we often don't see it until we're miles past it.
We're 12 o'clock leaving right on time. We're off to a good start. You're gonna hold one today.
I
So,
want to
get
like
ready.
give one like a little hug.
Maybe not that. Maybe keep those teeth a little further away from your face. But... Get out of the way. Drop him, drop him, drop him. Back up from him. Back up. Everybody move wherever they need to move. Just get away from them teeth.
I started Redfin in 2013. We've been 11 years going at it now. We've won Best of Charleston the last 7 years, which is awesome. And we've grown from, I think my first year I did 10 charters. So year 2 is 100 trips. By year 3, 300 trips. Last year we did 3,000 charters. Redfin does a little bit of everything. We do inshore, fly, nearshore, offshore. We launch primarily from downtown and fish the waters around the harbor, the Ashley River, the Cooper, the Wando. But we also fish up towards Bulls Bay or McClellanville, a little bit of Edisto, but mostly up that way. We'll, fish on the fly. The trip that we run the most is redfish inshore. Everybody, we have clients that fish from all over the world to fish for redfish.
Can they keep the fish or no? Is it always catch and release?
Yeah, so we get some people that don't want to keep anything, and then we get others that want to have it cooked somewhere. So we're partnered with a couple restaurants. We follow DNR's guidelines, and then we follow our own. Like we'll try not to pull 2 fish from the same school, not to deplete the school. And then we do a lot of participation in programs where we add fish to the local waters. We did one with Department of Natural Resources a few years back, that we gave them the ability to do, instead of 600,000 trout they planted into local waters, were able to put in 1.2 million trout. And so we do take a little bit, but our goal is to always put more fish in the water than we take out. There's a ton of species of sharks in Charleston, in the harbor, and then out deeper. So locally, people can catch anywhere from an Atlantic sharpnose, which is 2.5, 3 feet long, all the way to a lemon shark that's 10 feet long. And we catch those in the harbor. Bull sharks, and then also if you go out to a reef, you might catch a 12, 14-foot tiger shark.
You just get them right behind the jaws. Just think like you're grabbing a snake. What can hurt you? The mouth. So if you get him right behind the jaws and he flops from right there, if you control the head, you got the shark. If you think he's coming out your hands, throw him in the water. But I do have a waiver for you to sign.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
There we go. That'll play.
Yay.
We started tournament fishing for striped bass all throughout the Southeast when I was about 12 years old. So we got more serious with it then. Ever since I was probably 12, 13 years old, I said I wanted to be a fishing guide. So here we are. You got a baby shark.
Yeah, let's go!
All right, that's good right there. Swing him to me. All right. You're gonna work your way up. This is a good starter. See you, buddy. And he's out. He got a free meal. Little Pearson, he's good. Here he is. It's a decent shark. Why are you running away, Libby? All right, that's good right there. Hold him right there. Nice bonnet head.
Good job, guys. It's so pretty.
There we go. And she's got a little parasite on her right there. We'll clean that off.
Oh, she had another one over there.
Make her life a little bit better. Yep. Put that one off. All right, see you, girl.
Bye.
We get a lot of people that want to fish for sharks around Shark Week, and they see it on TV, they want to catch it. We also do megalodon tooth hunts, so if you want to go look for a megalodon tooth that's the size of your hand, we can do that too, where you'll shark fish for 2 or 3 hours, and then you'll do a megalodon tooth hunt at one of the local barrier islands where we'll go find some big teeth. And the guy you fish with, he knows everything there is to know about a shark
he showed
tooth.
us his tattoo,
You know, he's all tatted up with him. We do a summer camp for kids too, that kids can learn how to fish, and we do a camp in the fall and spring where dads can learn how to fish, and it's called Redfish University. And if you want to learn more, they can always call our number and speak to Tanner, and she can talk about those programs. If you want to do it, you know, a kid wants to tag a fish, book a trip, we'll get them out there, tag a fish with them, show them how.
So y'all like seeing any good movies lately or anything?
Hi, we're here today at Middleton Place Equestrian Center with lead tour guide Rebecca Tim. Rebecca, thank you for having me.
You are very welcome.
Yes, so this trail ride we just went on, beautiful.
Well, thank you.
It was so pretty. And what a great way to learn about the history while going on horses.
Yeah, we are one of the few history on horseback places to go and visit.
Yes, so tell me a little bit about the ride.
It is 1 hour. We cater to 8 years old and up. You do not have to have any experience to come and ride here. You can have never even touched a horse. So we will help you through the process of learning what to do. We offer you a helmet, complimentary helmet, and also an air vest, which is something that a few of our guests like to wear. And they are an inflatable jacket that if for some reason you were to fall off, they inflate, keep you protected. Just do ask that any children under the age of 14 are chaperoned by a parent. We do have proposal rides. We just had one yesterday.
Oh.
That's a special package that we offer.
Wow.
And we do take Scouts out. They will come here and earn a badge, and we will help them learn some things about the horses, and they actually go on a horse ride as well.
Wow, what a cool opportunity.
Yes, and for a lot of these children, they have never been in this type of environment, so it's really special. And the tour guide is 1 hour. We give you the history of Middleton on that tour. It is a walk ride, and we stay in single file.
And so tell me about some key points on the ride.
We do go to Middleton Place, so you get a beautiful view of the gardens and some of the buildings that they have there, which is a very unique view. Most people go and they walk the gardens. We also take you down to the oldest, largest rice field that was at the property, which if you visit Middleton as a guest over there, you won't get to see that old rice field. So that's a really unique part of this tour. This is a beautiful place. It's very unique here.
And there was also parts of the tour where you said, you know, we're going downhill, you lean back. It's very helpful, especially if you're a little nervous to go on a horse.
We do not expect you to know what you're doing. That's why we tell you audibly over the walkie-talkies so that you know what to do when you approach any of these slightly different route changes.
How many horses do you have here?
We have 20 horses that are part of our trail team, which gives us the ability to not overuse any of our animals. Everybody that works here is very well trained with our horses, and we make a really big effort to make sure our horses are very well looked after here. All of the horses are very sweet, and everybody that rides the horses, we all do have a lot of experience, so we bring that wealth of experience to every guest that comes here.
They are sweet. This is my favorite guy right here, Louie.
This is Louie.
He's what I went on. And they like the little mints.
They do. We give every guest that arrives get to give their horse that they rode 2 peppermints.
Perfect.
So, and the horses absolutely love the peppermints. It's one of their favorite parts.
What do you suggest be bringing? I mean, I have my cowgirl boots on.
Yeah, which is perfect. As long as you're wearing long pants. I know in the summer it's really, nobody wants to put on long pants, but we do have bugs. We do go quite close to some of the brush, so you could get scratched, but it's just for your comfort. And then we do say, please wear closed-toed shoes.
Right.
But you can wear t-shirts, you can wear halter tops, and then of course we do give you the helmet as well.
How many can sign up for a trail ride?
8 is the maximum amount that we can take. We do have 2 guides for any rides larger than 5. So you'll have the comfort of a guide at the front and a guide at the back. 8 is a good number.
That's great. And if they want to sign up, they just go online?
You can go online. We also have a really nice lady that answers the phones if people have a lot more questions, but the website is really in depth. It will tell you what to expect, what to wear, when to come here, and what you can expect on the ride.
That's great. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
This is called Fort Fairlawn, and it was built at the navigation top of the Cooper River, which is really big and swamp, and it stands between the Colleton Mansion, which is 3/4 of a mile to our west, and the river, because this would be a forward operating base of the British from 1780, and it's still here in the condition, a little worn down. This is only one of 2 extant British forts from the American Revolution and our fight for independence that's still here today in its condition.
You see a demonstration behind us.
We have an artillery demonstration team that takes people through the musket drills, it takes them through the oath of office, and then it'll actually put them on a cannon crew so they can fire an authentic 3-pounder cannon replica, which is just exciting. Most people have never done that. So when you put an actual living demonstration where people can come and participate and then come and walk through the sacred soil, which is a battlefield several times here at an extant readout, once it just turns people on to why we care about our liberty in this country.
This over here, this is where the cannons would go.
Right, this would have had a 6-pounder cannon. It's on the south side of the fort, which is a redoubt. It's actually a rectangle shape. And this would guard not only the top of the Cooper River and the Biggin Swamp, but it would also be the main road coming off the pier from Cooper River to the Colleton Mansion to the little village of Monk's Corner. So it was used as a supply depot, it was used as an intelligence gathering operation, and then they turned the house, which was a huge brick mansion similar to the size of Drayton Hall, and they would use that as a hospital and intelligence room. It's where the officers would live. The British troops would live in tents outside on the south and north section, and then this is where the watches were taken care of. It added a significant level of protection and armament in terms of if it was ever to be attacked. The Monk's Corner area was attacked 4 times, 3 times by the British when they took it over and built it, and then once by the Patriots. And the exciting thing is, in November of 1782, Francis Marion ordered 2 guys named Isaac Shelby and John Sevier, who are both famous in Tennessee and Kentucky, to be the commanders attacking this fort. But they found it so well fortified and operated by the troops who were in it, they chose to attack the Colleton Castle instead. Parapet, or the earthworks, was made of about 9 feet high, and then the ditch, or the moat, when it had water in it, was 6 feet down. So the differential of that height of wall with the palisade walls at the top and the abatis at the side would be 15 feet. And the average person was only 5'3", a soldier at that time. So it was quite an event to try to even reach the moat, much less cross the moat, not for its depth, but the mess of it, and then come up the side of the wall. Because the step that's in the wall by which they stood, here, I'll do it like this. You do it with me. You go up on it halfway, you step on the step, and then the wood, the earth is protecting you to your waist, and then there's a wood palisade like a fort that goes from your waist to the top of your neck, and then you do it with me. The gun goes over the side, and that's what you're firing at. But their enemy, it's really not the balls coming out of the gun, it's the blade, the 18-inch blade that they're trying to get up the side with.
What would be over there?
So that's actually the remnants of the handmade brick to create this big burning furnace.
How big would this be?
Oh, it would be a small hut. Not of brick, but the brick is the furnace itself. Because you're constantly having to make gun parts, you're having to make bowls. This is all made out of lead. So when a wagon broke, or a wagon part, or a gun part, you're making it right here, because otherwise, you know, the combat's happening in the backcountry, or my supplies have to come from England, which come to Charleston. The Lord Berkeley Trust sponsors tours throughout the year, at least 4 or 5 tours a year, and you can come in and spend a day touring some of the more significant battlefield sites.
You work to protect lands like Fort Fairlawn.
We're a local land trust. We started in 1992. We were basically an outgrowth of the Berkeley County Soil and Water Conservation District. And from that early beginning, we've added protected properties every year. And so now we've protected a total of about 49,000 acres, and about 37,000 of which are in Berkeley County. And so Fort Fairlawn is one of those properties that we've conserved forever.
Hi, we're here today at 20 South Battery with architectural historian Brittany, and she's going to take us through time. Brittany, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, welcome to 20 South Battery. This is one of the many homes that we do house histories on, and we always say every building has a story, especially, of course, the ones along the Battery, but any house within Charleston always has an incredible story worth telling. But this one in particular, I would love to take you through and tell you a little bit more about it.
All right, let's start. Where should we go first?
Let's go into the older drawing rooms, because that tends to be, that is the historic core, and there's really good stories in there.
All right, so over here.
So this is a double drawing room here at 20 South Battery, and this house was built in the 1840s, so we're going to see a lot of what we call neoclassical inspired elements in here. But one of my favorite stories about this room in particular is that in 1920, the Preservation Society of Charleston was founded in this room. So it was the first community-based preservation organization in the United States. 21 women, 3 men, all in this room, and there's some great accounts of that event. Older citizens, younger citizens getting together and really fighting for what they wanted to save from At that time, it was gas stations. It was the potential of skyscrapers coming to the South of Broad neighborhood. And they wanted to secure the character of the neighborhood. And so this house, of course, has had many different people, but I think Nell McCall Pringle, who was the homeowner at that time, she's definitely someone worth talking about, especially when we talk about women's history in Charleston.
You're big on humanizing
Yes.
a building.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
The study of architecture is really the study of humans over time. And that's really what we like to bring into our house history. So it's not just fact after fact after fact. It's taking those people, putting them in their time periods, and explaining what life would have been like or why the building looks the way it does. When you do that for these buildings, they come to life in a way that maybe you never would have expected. And you'd think that most houses in Charleston have had their history studied, and that could not be further from the truth. We're doing histories on, of course, the big ones you see, but also the smaller single houses. We're doing histories on the outbuildings. We're doing histories on all types of structures, and together they create this mosaic of history and life in Charleston.
Right. You mentioned this space was an addition.
Yes, we are standing in a 1870s ballroom added by Colonel Richard Lathers after the Civil War. So he was a South Carolina boy who moved to the north. He married a northern girl from New York. And he came back to the South after the Civil War to help revive and to help inspire the people of Charleston specifically. And so this ballroom in particular was used for many events by Colonel Lathers. He's pulling together governors from states across the United States to talk about what just happened in the Civil War, to come up with a plan on how to rebuild the Union. And all that energy, I'm getting chills just talking about that. All that energy is here inside this ballroom. But also we know that there were many families that lived in this house. And so you can imagine children playing in here. I mean, this was a children's playground. You had several generations in one house. So dinners, parties, potentially. We know that there were a lot of great artists and musicians that came through here in the 1920s during the Charleston Renaissance time period, potentially here. We are in what we call a mansard roof. So in the 1870s, the Second Empire style really comes into vogue. And a mansard roof is a roof looks like a little hat. So it has slopes, but a flat top. And if you go outside, you'll see it. And that was iconic of the Second Empire style. So this mansard roof was added for Colonel Richard Lathers as his library. And so the property owner has really done a lot of work in trying to uncover what that library may have entailed. Most of these buildings now have these formal gardens, when in reality, yeah, there probably was some sort of garden on the property, if they were wealthy enough, but most of these yards were work yards, where the enslaved are working with the horses. They're potentially butchering livestock. Some are conducting their own blacksmithing, for management of the household. Some are doing laundry in the yard. And so I always love this view because it really gives you an idea of how much would have happened in the back of the yard and how many people we can honor and commemorate just by telling the story of a rear lot. The yard is gigantic, and again, you would have had probably a separate carriage house, potentially some other auxiliary structures, and you can see just how
So this property
large.
goes all the way back?
Yes.
Way back to the
all
brick
the way
wall?
back, all the way back to that brick wall. Really around the World War II era, we start to see them opening this up as a bed and breakfast, as a hotel. And that is what ultimately carries through since the last 100 years. And that's why this structure was kind of grandfathered in to remaining as a bed and breakfast.